Last night I went to the round table, and I was, I wouldn't say pissed off completely, but yeah, I'm pretty much there. And this goes back to the last commission. I had to come down and testify because they were in the process of not understanding what VSOs are. I had to basically go in front of the budget times and basically said to, and I will quote this myself, that what's the worst person you want on your doorstep? The person that can shoot you point blank in the head and they got 2 mouths to feed, and I ain't got a job. That's what I told them. And that's realization. And that is. And what I'm concerned about is I do this, my advocacy work, no money, not one dime. And when I hear social services telling me that this is a service, no, this is not a service. This is something that we are entitled to. You know, and I can barely get them in there to begin with. But then when you kick them out of their office again and you move them across the road and say, oh, by the way, veterans go over there, we feel like we are put off completely. And then on top of this, that if this sequestration, we have no support around here. The reintegration team, as Martha knows, is gone. They're going underneath ODVA. We have no reintegration. Marines program, Oregon Hire Vets, away, it's gone. We only have Army Strong up there, and she's very limited on very little money. So in this county, we have nothing. I deal with homeless veterans. We have 60 underneath the Carver Bridge. We have 30 up there in Wilsonville Park. I gave $5 to a guy the other day when we was heading to the beach because he was out there panhandling at the Wilsonville rest stop. And then we got another 20 over there in Malala. And then last year we did have a stand down, but the VSOs told me, well, the county wouldn't even give them money for transportation. I said, how in the heck, you are a homeless veteran or Malala, how are they going to get over here? Take a bus. Really? There's no money for bus tickets. So then I held my breath. I said, okay, maybe the VASH vouchers will come in. Well, I called out there to DC. I know them very well, and I talked to them 2.5 weeks ago, and I sent Paul a letter. And you know what I found out? That Clackamas County hasn't been doing any numbers for homeless veterans. In fact, the lady came up and found me that was doing them and said, can't you find these homeless veterans on the street? Really? If anybody knows a veteran, we're out in the woods. I said, put a pair of boots on. I'll take you out there to go find them. She wouldn't come out with me. She went out with a clipboard and said, can you sign this? Are you kidding me? No, they're veterans. They're not going to sign a clipboard. And on top of this, after the VASH vouchers were gone, I went to a party about 2.5 weeks ago. Jeff Merkley personally came up to me and said, Tina, I advocated for you guys back in D.C. I pulled out $1.3 million, including another $1 million, for Clackamas County. But no one seems to know what this program is about. It's transition projects. It's 280 families that could help for veterans. 280 families for jobs, homelessness, outreach, resources, everything we need. But it's sitting there. And this was done 2.5 months ago. And then this thing was sent down from the county, which, you know, at this point that no one even knew about this that does the outreach for veterans. In fact, me and her invited this gentleman down that was a veteran from Portland to come down and talk to Team Clackamas. And he's going to do that. But we have to physically do it ourselves. But the county should be doing this, especially when they screwed up on the VASH vouchers. And then, on top of this, what I feel, that as a veteran myself, and I will tell you this, and Martha knows this, and Paul knew it last night, that 6 years ago I walked into the VSO office, and I was going to commit suicide. And the little Janice over there, you know what she told me? Come back in a week. A week. So I have to apparently wait till I commit suicide in a week to come back and get a claim. And then on top of this, we have an agency over here, which is the Elks, that wants to do a stand down. And she shows up for it. And you know what she showed Commissioner Schrader so much disrespect, and she harassed a Vietnam veteran in that audience? No, it's wrong. This woman does not care. She told me to come back in a week. I know.
I rarely let anybody go 5 minutes. But
I know, but you see how frustrated I am?
I can
I'm
feel
very
that.
frustrated, and it's not against the
Tina?
commissioners. What?
I'll sit and talk to you later, and we'll come up with some strategies. So.
Tootie wanted to
hope.
talk a little bit about,
Okay.
did you
We'll
want to
do
say
that.
something?
I hope.
Yes, Tootie.
I would like Cindy Becker to come up and explain maybe the Veterans Program in Clackamas County. While I appreciate people coming before this board to testify, I've always taken exception when I feel that a misrepresentation has occurred.
Okay.
And I believe at least half of your testimony today has misrepresented Clackamas County, and I take exception to that, and I will not argue with you about that. Let's remember one thing, the Veterans Program is a federally funded program that we try to get as much money as we can. Clackamas County has funded the VSO officers out of our budget. We've tried to leverage funds with other organizations to do that. Recently, we just got a $10,000 check from the state of Oregon, from Cameron Smith, with a nice letter attached. More money is coming from a new program that that the legislature passed. The legislature has been cognizant of that. We have been cognizant of that. I think moving the Veterans Office around, might have been problematic to a very few people. We have given them a prime space in this building, and I look forward to them staying there for a very long time. Now, I doubt if Senator Merkley gave Clackamas County $1 million for veterans.
I didn't say that. I said he went and applied for a grant.
Tina, do not interrupt me. I did not interrupt you.
Yeah, let her finish.
All right? Now, because if Clackamas County got $1 million from anybody, we'd be on the roof having a party saying, boy, how lucky are we? Now, I understand your anger, and I'm really sorry for that. But like I say, I feel as a commissioner, as a spokesperson, that if I think that, an inaccuracy has been portrayed, I will speak about that. Now, I am going back to Washington, D.C. in September.
Oh, I know you are.
And meeting with the HUD officials and veterans officials to try to get the VASH voucher situation. And I'm going for another reason too, for Willamette Falls Legacy Project, but to try to really get involved and try to figure out what the political processes of these are. If you have suggestions for me and how to deal with those people, I will most certainly take that back. Mr. Chair, at this time, I would like Cindy Becker to come forward.
I would ask this, we have two more people to testify. I agree with it, Cindy, should probably clarify a few things.
I want to
But
interrupt here.
I want to go through the additional cards I have here and then call her up after I've closed
Right.
assistance.
But she's basically telling me that I've got paperwork. What do you mean I'm telling you something that didn't happen? It happened.
Okay,
I hear veterans like this every day. I have a couple here that just her son committed suicide in Happy Valley.
Let's go on, and as I said, Tina, you well know this, every commissioner, not to maybe the level, certainly will never reach the level that you give to for free out here, but we all believe in the cause. We're working towards that end. We have a solid commitment, and Cindy has
wish
certainly
social
gone over
services
that
would do
with
the
us.
same.
So, thank you both. We have two more cards, and then Ms. Becker can come up and we can talk a little bit about that. Jonathan, oh man, it's Grabning, I think. Is it Everett Hall? I mean, yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing today?
Good. Pull that microphone up real close to you and give us your name and where you live.
My name's Jonathan Grabning. I live in Milwaukee, Oregon. I'm here today. I have a probate issue. My father